playing in Minnesota last year and then playing at US Bank Stadium with this new team. I mean, it's an absolutely incredible experience. I think a lot of the guys we got here early just to look around the stadium, just to take it all in, because once you get here and start playing, it's kind of got to get to work. So did that with the guys, and felt like we took it all in for what we had, and some guys executed today. We picked each other up in some moments, made some mistakes, but came back and scored some touchdowns.
The way preseason games work, you just never know how much work you might get. I mean, There's a plan, but you just never know. How satisfying for you that the time you got in there, it certainly feels to us like you made the most of it.
Yeah, it was cool. I think we put a ton of work in since OTAs and minicamp, and it's difficult to learn this offense, and it's one of the more difficult offenses to learn in the country. And I thought my receivers and my O-line, all the rookies did an amazing job leading up to this, and finishing it off, what the older guys kind of, put on tape throughout the game, and us being able to come in the fourth quarter and do our job for what we had. I mean, what else could you ask for? I mean, in front of an amazing crowd and amazing fans, it was an unbelievable experience.
We will ask the question again when a regular season touchdown happens. So what's it feel like to throw a touchdown? How far into the progression did you go on that one?
That was the fourth guy. Similar, we had UCLA concept last year on a 2-minute drive to win it, and that was kind of similar to where we hit on the backside of the progression. And Miles got to a really good spot, cooked his DB up, and it was wide open at the back of the end zone. Bang, touchdown. So it was cool.
How much speed differences from U of M last year to today's game?
That's a good question. I'm a firm believer that SEC and Big Ten are two power conferences in college, and I think the speed adjustment isn't as big. I think, earlier in my career, if you would ask me if I came from New Hampshire to the NFL, it might be a little different. But it's just timing with the guys that you're playing with, and timing with the guys you're playing against. And I thought, the prep work, like I said, all the way through OTAs and minicamp, that brings you up to speed a little bit. Playing against Flo, and this Vikings defense is second to none in my opinion. And so using them as preparation is really important.
How much does this taste today make you want to get out for the next one?
Oh man, it's just so exciting. I think coming next week, I'm close to Josh Dobbs and the Patriots, and I'm excited to see him work next week here in Minneapolis, and I'm excited to see him play next week too. And I think the NFL is a brotherhood, and having guys that you can see, grow up with and train with, and we had Daniel Jackson and Ariante out there today. Like, that was such a cool experience. That was one of my favorite moments today, was seeing Ariante and Daniel. So just kind of being able to bring that brotherhood together and see guys perform at their best. I'm very excited.
Obviously, it's such an exciting time, but does it feel like you can breathe a little bit now that you got the first one done?
I'm not sure I've taken a breath yet, to be honest. It took me a little bit to kind of get in there, settle down a little bit, and I think I was a little naive to think that I was going to be ready my first play, and I was probably a little heartbeat a couple of times for a couple plays, but once we all got settled in, we started making some plays and went down the field, and thankfully defense had a couple turnovers for us to kind of get us down in that red zone fringe kind of area. So it's a team effort, and I'm excited to see what we have to do next week.
Max, did you know going in that you were going to get most of the playing time in the fourth quarter, or was that kind of spur of the moment?
It depends. You kind of have drives give and take. I had an idea maybe I was going to come in towards the end of the game, but it's really difficult. People talk about how difficult it is to be ready to play when you kind of just been watching the entire game and taking mental notes of the reps the guys are taking and cheering on your guys. And it's something that you kind of have to learn as a quarterback in the NFL, because there's only one guy that plays. And so this is a good mental rep and a good physical rep for me, and for the rest of the guys too, to be able to come in second or third quarter. Sam and Brett did an amazing job today. Being able to take mental note of what they did today was really important in my development, and I'm very thankful that they're here to do that. So it'll be good practice for us.
What would you say you've most learned from watching those three guys ahead of you so
Oh
far
man,
this camp?
so much. Everyone has different different attributes that I can learn from JJ, Rip, and Sam. Rip and Sam both played and started NFL games, and JJ is such a talented and amazing individual. And I couldn't even tell you like an exact thing. Like for Rip, he was an undrafted guy as well, and I asked him. He probably gets so annoyed with me. I ask him so many questions every single day. He's ready to close me in a closet and not come back to me. So Rip is an unbelievable individual, and being able to work with Sam and JJ on a daily basis has been really helpful for me.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
It's got to be a good feeling to make the most opportunities when they come in a situation like this.
Great feeling. Something that, I've been working on, ever since I've been here, really ever since I've been in the league, this year 3 for me. So, great feeling to come out here and execute.
How hard is it to go into a game like this where the play may not dictate that you have a chance to shine, but the fact that you did have a couple chances is that you cashed in on them.
That's really what it comes down to, the opportunities. Like somebody like me, undrafted, you might not get too many opportunities, so you have to make the most of them, when you're out there. So that's something I feel like I did today.
Celebrations feel pretty good?
Celebrations feel good, man. I know y'all seen the gritty, man. I had to do it, man. First time in the bank, I had to do it.
How much has this camp in Brian Flores prepared you for this moment today?
It's been preparing me very, very much. I mean, I just had a recent conversation about like how hard it was, the defense, learning the defense. I just switched to safety, so I'm playing multiple positions, but I feel like I've been, preparing for this ever since I've been here at OTA's training camp. And to come out here, on Saturday, game day, and execute was just a great feeling.
Can you walk us through both the big plays?
The first play, I had a disguise. I wanted to show a cover 2 look. The quarterback thought he had a route on the other side. I was really a post player, so, I read his eyes and, trusted my natural abilities to go make the play.
And how about the second one?
Second play, I think it was Tyler Batty tipped the ball, man, just caught the tip, man. So shout out to Tyler Batty.
What was it like for when you got back to the sideline? Some of the vets today that maybe didn't play, but they seemed really engaged and excited for everyone out there.
Definitely a lot of love overall, man. Shout out to them boys, man. Doing the best they can, with the limited snaps that they had, but still coming out here and supporting their teammates.
Preseason game, I thought wasn't going to be as loud as it was, and it just kind of shows the support of the community with the team.
Just wait, it gets so much louder.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your relationship with JJ has grown throughout training camp?
Yeah, my relationship with JJ has grown a lot. I mean, I would say coming from where we came from, we was kind of like poking fun at each other, but now it's kind of more of a, hey, we're on the same road together. Obviously it's my first year starting out, and in a lot of senses his first year too, so we kind of bond with that as well. So, I'm looking forward to just getting to know him even more than I am now.
Any of your veteran kind of peers give you advice or encouragement coming out of first game?
They all did. Every single one of them. Even guys who are 1 or 2 years out, they all say like, hey man, like first preseason game, like now you got all the nerves out, now you can go play football. And I was talking to Brian, CD, and all those guys are like, hey man, like it's the same game you've been playing. Now it's just on the biggest stage. You just go play fun and fast and free. Now you got everything out.
Donovan, I know you didn't have, sorry, I came in late. I know you didn't have the entire group out there today, but just what did it feel like to sort of get in there, get some snaps, and feel some of you together?
Yeah, it's just, it felt good. It's all about chemistry, and it's just something to build off of when we go through more of these training camp practices, joint practice coming up, so it's just a lot more to look forward to in terms of just getting better and getting ready for the season.
How helpful is it to have some of the vets, whether they played today or didn't play, on the sideline, willing to give you advice, let you know what they saw, stuff like that?
Yeah, it helps out a lot having another pair of eyes look at it from a different perspective, and especially with vets who have years of playing experience, or like, hey, like, this is what you did, but I think if you do this, it'll help you out a lot better on this block. So that helps out a whole lot, especially when you come to the sideline and you make sure you get everything out, so when you get back on the field, you don't make the same mistakes.
Did you have family here today?
Yeah, my mom and dad are here.
Okay.